guys, Matt V's Movies back for another video, and today is the start of a new series of videos where we're looking at the Alien franchise. So for the next 4 weeks I'm going to do a series of videos looking at films from the Alien franchise. I'm not going to be including the Aliens v Predator films because I feel that's kind of a sideline to this franchise. I'm just going to be focusing on the 4 original Alien films that were produced, and then Prometheus and Alien Covenant that were to follow. So this week we're going to look at the first film, Alien, and I'm just going to give you a little bit of information, bit of trivia, have a look at the editions I've got, this kind of thing. So yeah. And then next week we're going to have a look at the Alien Collection box set and a VHS box set that I do have as well for the first 3 Alien films. And then the week after that we're going to look at Prometheus and look at the editions I have for that. And then the final week we're going to be looking at Alien Covenant and the editions I have for that. And each week there'll be a little bit of film facts, trivia about the films. So yeah, hope you sort of enjoy these series of videos on this iconic franchise that we've had over many years. And yeah, hope you enjoy the videos. Just before we get into that, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please consider subscribing by hitting the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell so you'll be informed when I upload a new video. Welcome back to existing subscribers. Hope you're all doing well and keeping safe. Please give the video a thumbs up. That really does help out the channel and really do appreciate that. You can find me on Instagram. I'm over there and I post pictures from time to time. Please leave a comment on the video. What do you like the Alien films? What editions do you have? Yeah, I'd be interested to hear people's thoughts and opinions. It's great to have sort of interaction on the channel, comments. Yeah, it's great. So yeah, please stick down in the comments your thoughts on the films. Okay, so let's get on today with Alien. Alien came out in 1979, and in the UK it was a certificate 18. It's a science fiction stroke horror genre, and it ran for 1 hour and 57 minutes. The crew of the spacecraft Nostromo intercepts a distress signal from a planet and sets out to investigate it. However, to their horror, they are attacked by an alien, which later invades their ship. The release date in the UK was the 6th of September 1979, and this was directed by the iconic director Ridley Scott. Screenplay was by Dan O'Bannon, and the story was by Dan O'Bannon and Ronald Shusett. Cast included Sigourney Weaver as Eleanor Ripley, Tom Skerritt as Dallas, Veronica Cartwright as Lambert, John Hurt as Kane, Harry Dean Stanton as Brett, Ian Holm as Ash, Yaptek Koto as Parker, and Balajo Badjayo as the alien. Now on to some trivia about the film. The blue laser lights that were used in the alien ship's egg chamber were borrowed from The Who. The band was testing out the lasers for their stage show in the soundstage next door. The facehugger was planned to be painted green, but Dan O'Bannon, seeing the unpainted facehugger on set and noting how inventive its human flesh tone colour was, argued for it to remain as is. To get Jones the cat to react fearfully to the descending alien, a German shepherd was placed in front of him with a screen between the two, so the cat wouldn't see it at first. The screen was then suddenly removed to make Jones stop advancing and start hissing. According to Yaptek Koto, Sir Ridley Scott told him to annoy Sigourney Weaver off camera, so that there would be a genuine tension between their characters. Koto regretted this because he really liked Weaver. The chest bursting scene was not filmed in one take, despite the myth. The scene was filmed twice. On the first take, the chest burster did not make it through Kane's shirt, so the crew needed to reset and shoot it again. The failed attempt is visible in the finished film, since Ridley thought it made it look like the creature was struggling to push its way out and make the scene more violent. The dead face hugger that Ash autopsies was made using fresh shellfish, 4 oysters and a sheep kidney to recreate the internal organs. Filming had to be done quickly because the organic material would go bad very fast under the studio lights. In H.R. Giger's original illustrations that inspired the look of the alien, the creature had eyes. For the movie, Giger insisted the creature had no eyes, thus giving the bleak appearance of a cold and emotionless beast that hunts by smell. The original cut of the movie ran for 3 hours and 12 minutes. Sir Ridley Scott stated that in casting the role of Ripley, it ultimately came down to Sigourney Weaver and Meryl Streep. The 2 actresses had been college mates at Yale. Ultimately, Weaver was offered the job because Streep was mourning the death of her partner, John Cazale, at the time of casting. And finally, according to the myth, the name for the company, Weyland-Yutani, the spelling was changed to Weyland-Yutani in Aliens 1986 and in the later movies, was taken from the names of Sir Ridley Scott's former neighbours. He hated them, so he decided to dedicate the name of the evil company to them. In reality, the name was created by conceptual designer Ron Cobb, who created the Nostromo and the crew's uniforms, to imply a corner on the spacecraft market by an English-Japanese corporation. According to him, he would have liked to have used Leyland Toyota, but obviously could not. So he changed one letter in Leyland and added the Japanese name of his, not Scott's, neighbour. Okay, so on to the editions that I have. So I've got 2 editions of the film Alien. We've got this wonderful Film Arena edition that I was very lucky to sort of pick up on eBay for a very reasonable price. So we're going to look at that in a little bit more detail. And also the 4K Ultra standard array, which comes with some collectible 40th anniversary cards. So we'll look at the 4K first, and then we'll move on to the Film Arena edition. Okay, so this is kind of what the UK market got as the standard 4K Ultra, and it's a very nice design with the alien head here, and it's kind of like I don't know, sort of multicoloured sort of look to it. Almost, it's a shame this wasn't sort of almost like a lenticular, because it would have been a really wonderful effect. But yeah, this one came with some collectible cards. And it round to the back, and this has got the 4K Ultra, the Blu-ray, and you've got all the special features here. We zoom into the tech specs. You've got a 5.1 DTS master audio mix. Unfortunately, no Atmos on this, which was a shame. I think this would have really benefited from the Atmos or DTS X immersive audio. But there we go, that's what we got. So on here we get the theatrical version running at 116 minutes and the director's cut at 110 minutes. It's a 16:9 letterbox, an aspect ratio of 240:1. We take out off the slip. So there's the standard array, same artwork on the front and pretty much the same as the back. Open it up, so we get no artwork on the 4K disc, which is a shame. And we've got the collectible cards there, which we'll take a look at in a second. And then that's the Blu-ray, which was available on the quadrology box set that came out, and we'll be looking at that next week. So yeah, that's the edition. And just to briefly talk about the 4K on this, yeah, I watched this not too long ago, and I thought it was great. It looks really, really good, this. Obviously there's a lot of dark scenes in this, and it doesn't disappoint. The HDR really works well here. It's the best the film's ever looked. Really, really sort of great to see it on 4K. And yeah, it's a shame that, you know, Aliens hasn't come out on 4K. Obviously now this release was commissioned before the sort of Fox Disney merger. So obviously now Disney own Fox. So will we get an Aliens 4K physical edition? Possibly unlikely. It's a real shame, because, you know, the first two films of this franchise are fantastic films, and it deserves the treatment. Well, all four films of the original, you know, the four original really deserve the 4K treatment, but will we see it? Time will tell, I suppose. But yeah, you get a 5.1 DTS master audio mix on this, and it's perfectly adequate. You know, you get great sort of rear effects, good dialogue from the front, good left and right separation. So, you know, I can't complain. But it would have been nice to have an Atmos soundtrack on here. I think it would have just notched it up a little bit extra. And, you know, with this film, it's a very claustrophobic film, obviously, you know, all set on the Nostromo. So there must have been a lot of sort of spatial sound, you know, things going on above. It does surprise me that they didn't invest in an Atmos track for this one, such an iconic film, but it's still very good, so no complaints there. Now we'll come on to the postcards that come with this set, and there's some really nice unusual sort of shots that we've been given with these. I don't remember seeing this, so it must have been a promotional one at the time. And on the back, they're pretty much all same here, 40th anniversary. So yeah, really nice black and white still. Bit unusual. And then we've got another one there. Again, not seen that one before. Another one now. I remember seeing this back in the day. Can remember that. Very sort of 70s, early 80s sort of vibe about this. And then finally, the one that we've pretty much seen, you know, obviously the egg cracking. This is a very sort of well-known sort of poster. Okay, so on to the Film Arena edition. Now, this is fantastic. I was very, very lucky to have picked this up on eBay for a very reasonable price. This is quite an expensive edition to get hold of, but the price I paid was pretty reasonable, to be honest. It wasn't a complete set. I'll get into that in a minute, but yeah, this is wonderful. This is kind of all embossed on the front here, and it's the scene obviously where you've got Ash on the table, that chest bursting scene, and you can kind of make out here the face hugger. And yeah, all of this, you've got the eggs down the bottom, all of this is heavily embossed, and you've got the alien sort of towering over the top of him. These little sort of strips here, they're the strip lights that would be above Ash in the Nostromo. I'm going to try and tip it up just to see if you can see that raised effect. I've never seen embossing quite like this on a release. It's absolutely fantastic. Now the alien there, that's not embossed, or very slightly embossed actually, but not really that noticeable. But if we move it to the back, and again we get some wonderful artwork on the back here. It's obviously that scene where the face hugger attached to Ash's helmet, and it burns through, and all of this is wonderfully sort of embossed, and the spot gloss on this It's absolutely fantastic. Just such a wonderful release from Film Arena. And then if we just tip to the top, it's Alien, the 8th Passenger. And then on the bottom, so this was limited to 1,000 copies. 394 is my number. So yeah, very hard to come by this one. I mean, if you're going to pick it up, you know, be prepared to pay silly prices. And say I've just managed to really score very lucky with this one. Certainly didn't pay the silly prices that you'll see on eBay. So we'll just get all the bits and pieces out. Now inside here, now there is a Steelbook in here, which is not the original Steelbook that came with this release. That's mainly one of the reasons why. You know, obviously this was second hand, but it didn't come with the Steelbook or the discs. It just came with these sort of goodies that we get here. So that's why it was such a, you know, far more reasonable purchase. So we'll just get those bits out and we'll take a bit of a closer look. Okay, so first up is the Steelbook. Now, this is a custom made magnet that, again, at the time, a few months ago, well, probably 4 or 5 months ago, there was a guy on eBay and he was producing these magnets. And unfortunately, I don't think he does them anymore, but I sent him this design and he put it onto a magnet for me, and absolutely fantastic image that I've, you know, managed to sort of source online, and he's put it onto a magnet, and it's just that wonderful sort of set, you know, where the astronauts go down onto the planet and they find the ship, obviously, where you know, the eggs are. And yeah, I just really like this image. I just thought it would just look fantastic as a magnet. I'll take that off. And then what we've got here is, this was a Steelbook that we got back in the day for Alien. And it's a really nice sort of debossed border. And then we've got embossing on the Alien title. And then you've just got that classic image of the egg in the middle there. It's a very simple design, this. Again, I've got this quite reasonable on eBay. Unfortunately, there's a tiny little bit of rusting spots there, but that was what it came as. But the price I paid, I think it was about £8 for this Steelbook, to be honest, something like that. It was very cheap. So we've got the spine there. And then the back is that sort of image of Ripley in the spacesuit, and obviously you've got the alien there with the sort of the jaw coming out. And it's a matte finish, and there's, you can see there's maybe a tiny little bit of that rusting going on there as well, down here, but it's not noticeable too much because it's a black Steelbook, so it's, you know, I can live with that. So we've just got the standard Blu-ray this time, in the Steelbook. And then we've got that nice image inside of where all the crew are waking up. You've obviously got John Hurt there and Ian Holm, Yaptak Koto. And yeah, it's just a nice image for inside of the Steelbook. And then we come on to sort of the goodies that come with this release. And this is like the collector's cards. And again, that wonderful sort of design of the sort of egg opening, obviously to reveal the face hugger inside. Really nice. You've got the spine there. And the back image, again, wonderful sort of drawing of the alien sort of cowering over something. So if we just get this out, open it up. So we get some character cards and some photo cards. So we'll look at the character cards first and then move on to those photo cards. Okay, so we get some really nice sort of black and white images here. Pretty much on the back of these are all the same. But yeah, really nice sort of thick card stock, so feels a quality sort of premium feel to it. And we've got Ash. Dallas, Kane, Lambert, Parker, Brett, and Ridley Scott. Onto the photo cards. Now you also get with the Film Arena, they do traditionally like a credit card, and it just shows your number on here. So this was limited edition number 3 of Alien. I think they did, yeah, 3 or 4, I can't remember now. But and if you get a little sort of image there of the alien head. So we get some nice shots. So there's a sort of a Giga design there. And again, on the back of these, they've got like this different design, which is quite nice. So, you know, a bit of effort. And again, it's a good card stock. So, a premium feel to these cards as well. And we get another one, sort of a Giga, sort of inspired, well, image from Giga. I think these probably are all Giga shots, to be honest. So very unusual designs, these. Oh, there's the space jockey there. And obviously that's kind of explained within the film Prometheus. And that's wonderful. So showing the face hugger inside of the egg. Really, really, you know, quite sort of amazing designs. Yeah, I mean, look at this, really weird stuff. And then that's the final one with the ship. So yeah, some really nice art cards there. And then finally, the last thing we get with this set is this sort of nice sort of book. We've obviously got Dallas on the front there. Very thin spine. And another shot of the alien. And this is a photo book. Sadly, no writing in here. Film Arena don't tend to do sort of writing, you know, material inside their editions, but you know, they've produced some wonderful editions. So I'm very happy to sort of own this edition of Alien. I think the original Steelbook was a glow-in-the-dark version, which I think commands quite high prices on eBay now. But as I say, to be honest, I managed to get that Steelbook. You know, I think it's £7 or £8, something like that. It was very reasonable, and I thought, well, at the time I was able to get the. This is really nice, sort of concept drawings of the. That's nice design on the magnet, and I thought, well, that really complements the Steelbook and the set. So yeah, again, you know, it's good quality paper. This is very premium feel to it. So yeah, really nice booklet to go with this release. And then finally, just another little thing that I got. I think this is a Christmas present one year. It's a little xenomorph. It's got sound now. I don't think the sound works on it. I think the battery may have gone on this, but there's a little book inside. So we'll just have a. There's kind of what it looks like now. Just zoom in. Pause that if you want to read that. So yeah, let me just get this out and we'll have a look at a bit of a closer look. Okay, so yeah, I've just tested it and the battery has gone, unfortunately, but it's a really nice little model, this. It's all made of plastic and that, but you've got the alien sort of down the bottom there, and it's really nice detailing on this. You can kind of see through. I don't know if it's picking up on the camera, but it's sort of see through. Obviously the head, and obviously you've got that wonderful box set that you can get with all the discs, the DVDs. Now, unfortunately, I don't have that edition. Yeah, that is a wonderful addition. So if I just push this down here, you can see that little jaw comes out. So that's quite nifty how they've done that. So it then releases that. Now I think when the battery was working, when you pulled that down, it would make the hissing noise as well. But yeah, just yeah, a really nice little sort of collectible to sort of go with my Alien collection. So yeah, it's a really nice little collectible, that. Another nice little bonus that you get with this is this little tiny booklet. Nice sort of image here of the face hugger. And I do believe there was a Steelbook, may have been a Film Arena edition, that had this image on the front. Not mistaken. But yeah, I really like that as well. And sort of the black and white sort of image is really kind of, you know, iconic. Nothing on the back of this, but yeah, it's just a tiny little book. Actually got some sort of information in it as well, which is really nice. So again, whilst that picture book in the Film Arena edition doesn't have anything to read about, this little book does, and it's got some nice images as well. This film I can watch time and time again. It never grows old. It's just a wonderful, wonderful piece of cinematic history, this film. You know, well, it still looks good today as it ever did, you know, especially with the 4K now. It just brings it to the sort of the best quality that you're likely to see. I would have loved to have seen this film at the cinema, but I was way too young to be able to appreciate that. I'm sure there would have probably been sort of on the 40th anniversary, there would have been a sort of re-release. But unfortunately I didn't get a chance to see it at the cinema. But Jonesy. And then just a very big back there. So yeah, a nice little booklet with that. So guys, that was a look at the film Alien and the editions I have. So I've got some wonderful editions. That sort of Film Arena is just, yeah, so lucky to have managed to get that one. Yeah, the 4Ks, you know, it's a great pickup. Highly recommend. If you don't have it on 4K, I would recommend you getting it on 4K if you have the capability, because it's the best the film's ever looked. And yeah, I really like that little alien head with the little book. I mean, that's a nice little collectible as a sort of sideline piece to my Alien collection. Okay guys, so next week come back and we'll take a look at the Alien films, the first 4 films. So I'm going to show you the Blu-ray box set that I've got, and a VHS collector's set which I've had for many years. So we'll look at that one next week on this series of videos looking at the Alien franchise. Thanks very much for watching the video guys. Take care and see you in the next one. Bye now.